Hello, everyone. I hope you have fully recovered from your 4th of July celebrations. Even if you're not in the U.S., they do celebrate that in different parts of the world with fireworks and barbecues, etc. And more importantly, I hope you have fully recovered from last week's trading on the foreign exchange market. Just as I told you, it was going to be a fully actionable week, full of volatility. We saw lots of moves up and lots of moves down. It was a pretty crazy week. So what have we got upcoming for this week in the foreign exchange market? Well, let's have a look. Hello, everybody. This is Rick Ray from rickrayfx.com. That's my website where you can go to find out more about forex trading. You see the URL there on the screen, rickrayfx.com/profile. And so just as we always do every Sunday before the foreign exchange market opens, I share with you my weekly analysis. And this week it will be starting on the 10th of July, 2023. And this is where we will look at the high impact news, all of the data and information that's coming out regarding the movement of currencies and commodities. And of course, we will review the trade setups that I shared with you last week and look at the profit and loss that we had. And I will share my new trades with you, the trade setups, the pending orders that I have in place for this upcoming week. Pending orders meaning orders that will activate automatically in the future when the market comes to the price that I have set. In other words, we let the market come to us. We avoid chasing candles by placing pending orders. So starting off with the high impact news, and there is a full calendar, again, a full page of data that's coming out that we need to be aware of. And for that, we always look at the website, forexfactory.com, which you see here on the screen. And it even starts on Sunday this week. Okay, no data coming out, but the Bank of England, Governor Bailey will be speaking, and he must have a lot to say because he's also speaking on Monday, and then he comes out again and speaks on Wednesday. So 3 times he's scheduled to be speaking this week, so we might see quite a bit of volatility with the GBP pairs, whether you're trading the pound US, the pound CAD, the pound AUD, or whatever you're trading with the pound as the base currency. And then some news on Tuesday on the pound, also the claimant count change. And then on Wednesday, we start with some news on the New Zealand dollar. That's very, very early. And that is about the interest rate. And the New Zealand economy is not expected to raise the interest rate at this time. And then later in the day, we have some news on the US economy. And then at later in the evening, as the U.S. session starts to open, we have some news on Wednesday regarding the Bank of Canada rate statement. Okay, that's the interest rate. They call it the overnight rate, and they are projected to raise the interest rate by 25 basis points. So if you're trading anything with a Canadian dollar, expect some volatility on that, whether it's the pound CAD, the euro CAD, the AUD CAD, the USD CAD, anything with the CAD dollar. And then on Thursday, we have some news on the pound and more news on the U.S. economy. And then Friday, ending up with the prelim UOM consumer sentiment on Friday regarding the U.S. economy. And remember, these times you see here on the screen are Asian times if you live in Thailand, Laos, Malaysia, Cambodia, Singapore, Vietnam. Otherwise, living outside of Asia, be sure to check forexfactory.com for your local time zones. So what did we have on our trades from last week? Any profit and loss? Well, the gold, as everybody likes to trade gold, it was a pretty wild week, as you can see on the chart there. This chart is showing 5 days from last week, and I had a sell limit around 1920, 1925 zone. And yes, it did work. Okay, not early in the week, but on Wednesday, that trade did open, and then you could have got some profit out of that if you stayed up late for the close of the U.S. session, and then got out of that trade. Okay, then it opened again on Thursday and turned out to be very profitable. We got about 200 pips on that, but then on Friday it just did a complete U-turn. All during the day, during the Asian Pacific session, during the London session, and even during the US session, getting up to a high around 1933, 1934. So quite a volatile week for gold. I hope you were able to capitalize on these big moves, but you have to keep your eye on the chart, be nimble, be quick, be in and out, and just be cautious. Don't trade too big, trade small, be willing to grow your account gradually over time, and you can be profitable. So the Euro US, that turned out to be a good one. Okay, that buy limit executed late in the US session on Wednesday, went into a little bit of a loss on Thursday, but then took off in the right direction and finished up in the Friday US session with 115 pips. The pound New Zealand was no trade again. And then the odd US, okay, is sell limit, and that one worked out well. That pending order opened early in the week, and it did execute very, very well. And if you held that till Thursday, you could have got 85 pips on that one. The New Zealand US, unfortunately, that didn't work out. Usually it will trade very similar to the odd US, but this week it didn't. Okay, nothing is predictable in forex, nothing is guaranteed, and sometimes this can happen, and that's why we use a stop loss, is to protect our capital. So I said to open the New Zealand US on market open on Monday, and it did gap down, but then just did a complete U-turn, and all week long just stayed above our pending order. So that one would have been in a loss, depending on where you put your stop loss, but that went about 100 pips the wrong direction. And then the pound US, this was our real cash cow this week. It opened early in the week and just went all the way up. On Thursday, it came back down pretty strong. It might have scared a few people who were holding on to that trade. But then on Friday, it turned out to do very well. And if you held it all the way to the end of the week, you would have got 179 pips. One lot trade on that was $1,790. And the USD CAD, we finally got another good one on the USD CAD. It opened early in the week and did go bearish for about 60 pips. So if you were watching that on Tuesday, you could have closed that trade with 60 pips. And then as it was so crazy this week, last week, it just went the wrong direction. And then on Friday, came back the other direction, and it closed on Friday where it opened on Wednesday. So a really wild week for the USD CAD. The Euro CAD was a good one, a really good one. Finally, this one can be very good sometimes, and last week was particularly good with the Euro CAD buy limit opening up about midweek and then escalating very, very well on Thursday, going sideways on Friday. So for a total of 153 pips on that one. So what do we have for the new trade setups? The pending orders that I have in place to let the market come to me and give me the price that I'm looking for. With gold, well, there's nothing on the screen, okay? Gold is still bearish according to my charts on the daily chart, which I use for analysis. And everyone is saying the bears have control. But after Friday, I'm not so convinced that we're going to continue to see bearish moves. Now, nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. We might see a little bit of a drop next week with gold, but I'm expecting to see gold start to change direction as we move into July, as it does typically in July and August. It can be bullish. So without clear direction, I don't have any pending order for you. All right, but if you would like to get something maybe midweek, I do sometimes release a trade, one or two trades during the week on my line channel. This is my official line channel. So if you just scan that QR code and join my official line group, then you can be in there and you'll get any trade setup that I have on gold that might develop during the week. For the Euro US, I do have a buy limit. We need to let that one make a price correction and come back down to our support level here. You see we had previous resistance here. Resistance has now become support. So the entry price for the Euro US is 1.0920. Pound New Zealand, well, still no trade on that. It actually turned bullish at the close of the market on Friday last week, it looked like we're going to start to get some bearish direction. It was neutral for 3 days last week, and then Thursday went a little bit crazy, and Friday it turned over and indicated bullish. And as you know, I'm not taking any buy trades on the pound New Zealand because it's at higher prices than it's been for the last 3 years, and I'm still anticipating it's faking me out. I'm still anticipating this pound New Zealand to turn bearish. You just have to be patient with these things sometimes. The pound New Zealand is a good trending currency pair, but it just doesn't always do what we expect it to do or what we hope it will do, and you just have to be patient until it gets moving. The odd US, I have a sell limit on that. We need to let it make a little correction back to its resistance level here, and that is at 0.6724. And then the New Zealand US is neutral, no trade. But again, if I have anything midweek, be sure that you are in my line group, my line official channel, and just scan this QR code and you can join that group. And if I have any trade setups during the week, you will be notified of those. The pound US is a buy limit. We need to see a price correction down to this previous resistance level, now support at 1.2770. And the USD CAD, I have a buy limit. Okay, this has been a previous support level for the last couple of weeks. So let's let it correct down just a little bit more to that level of 1.3240 for our buy limit on the USD CAD. So that's the profit and loss that we had from last week and the new trade setups that I'm sharing with you. And remember that this is not financial advice. All right, I'm not suggesting or recommending that you take the same trades. You can if you want to, but it's up to you to manage your own account. Just use good risk management. Don't chase the candles. Use pending orders. Let the market come to you, and trade small and be willing to grow your account gradually over time, and you can be successful with forex trading. Now, some people continue to ask me about automated trading. We're all hearing about ChatGPT, automation, AIs. Well, that's available in trading also. And I do have an automated trading app that I use, and it generates about 80% of my income. So if you're interested in that, I do have a dedicated website for that, and that is at prosperityrisingea.com. Okay, and it's called an EA because that's the name that MetaTrader 4 software gives it. It's Expert Advisor, but it is an app that runs in the background of your MetaTrader 4 trading software and will just take trades automatically. Okay, it's an automated trading app. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, or you can contact me here on YouTube or any of my official links. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks again for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will see you again in the next video. Have a great week of trading.